Good morning. Tell me, kids, as always. I'm talking about the parliament. Is it fit for purpose or it is not? A lot has gone on. Let me play this video and then we hear what this gentleman is saying.
We can sit in only 1 hour and solve the issue of Namuganza, other than using taxpayers' money to sit almost since they began this motion of censoring Namuganza. It may be taken either 1 billion shilling, if I'm right. So taking such a thing and they leave something which is bothering people. We don't have roads, good roads. We don't have medicine. We don't have what. Every MP, these MP have been voting yes or no. They have so many problems that they are in their constituency. Uganda muno. Aye webunya nti buli omu alikogera ku Namuganza. Namuganza olina kulwalera afuuse topic. Ate wiki namba Namuganza ajja kuba topic. Wabona ni MP mulala ngewuwe. Mbi nenjire gyewuwe makage yonambi aye ngali kuvumira Namuganza.
Morning, everybody. Segrinya Sawanyana back to court, but Sawanyana is not well. Our president and the delegation were denied the access to Sawanyana in Mulago Hospital, which is not right because our constitution says right, all prisoners, they have right to access medical services. So as we stand for now, commiseration for those who have lost their loved ones. I stand with those who are oppressed, who are traumatized, those who are injured, those who are nursing wounds, those who are poor, those who are finding life so difficult to cope, and those under the threat that they cannot do whatever they want. They cannot express their freedom of expression rights about their political opinion, beliefs, and they're being oppressed. So I stand with them. Them kids as always. Shamima Linda, are you okay? We love you. Everybody were Mary, we love you. Everybody who is not well, we love you. I've been unwell for last week and I couldn't. So today I'm coming to talk about parliament. As you know, for me, it's about politics and politics and politics and politics. And I will speak whether people they say I'm bad. Yes, I'm bad at my political point of view, the way I see politics. I'm not going to be like a political market person who is there always looking for fights, row, scrambling, scribbling. No, I'm not I'm not a political market person. No, I'm just on to the politics. So the parliament today, why I come to you. Yesterday, we had a parliament voting and 348 people, they voted. And then 5 people, they voted against. This is a case the gentleman in the video clip has said it shouldn't be brought to the parliament. It should be done behind closed doors, but instead it cost the estimate of 1 billion. And the reason it's costing over 1 billion is because we have got abuse of power by the Speaker of the Parliament in Uganda. It's hurting. It's hurting. The reason why it's hurting, there is a lot we can use that money for. How can you use that money? We have this. Look at the school. Look at the people in this house. Look at the schools under the trees. Look at the children studying on the floor in the mud. Look at the classroom flooded, mudded. And look at the chairs. Children do not have chairs to sit on. So look at the schools still under the tree. This is Uganda in 2023. This is what is happening in Uganda. The services are not there. The schools are not there. There are no structure building. So the argument is that, is the parliament fit for purpose? My answer, it is like this. When we talk about politics, we are going to talk about into 3 terms: legislature, we are judiciary, and executive. That is how our Uganda is set up. Legislature is the parliament where they make laws, where they decide, and judiciary is about courts, whatever civil, whatever criminal it happens. Executive is the power of the president. As we speak, the power of the president in parliament, 8th president, gave him too much power. They didn't know at that time that it was going to become a problem, because as it stands for now, it has got too much power. So that is an insight of what our parliament is about in Uganda. Is the structure, the political structure in Uganda, the legislature, judiciary, and executive power. When you talk about the parliament, Amin abolished the parliament, but then he did something. We see that they are good and we still have them. Museveni in 2021 after election said he was going to bypass the parliament. He said it after knowing NUP is not going to be pushover like FDC. And he knew NUP is going to be trouble, a thorn in his heart, that NUP is not going to be pushed around. So that is why he said he's going to bypass the parliament. But is it now indirectly bypassed, or is it directly bypassed? I think it is indirectly passed. However, my question, is the parliament fit for purpose? We should have a parliament. But the problem in Uganda, why the parliament is not fit for purpose, I've got my points here. The parliament is not fit for purpose. For me, I've written about 3 points, because my videos, I don't want them to be long. Number one, why the parliament is not fit for purpose? It is because it lacks priority. It doesn't take priority. Why would we waste $1 billion on censure of Namuganza when they have got a problem, conflict with the Speaker of the Parliament? Why don't we take it there? And there is legal. The Namuganza husband is the secretary of where they register marriage, and he refused to register marriage to acknowledge. So should that be coming to the parliament? So that is why they call it abuse of power. So it is not fit for purpose. This is what this gentleman is saying.
The president is there. We can sit in only 1 hour and solve the issue of Namuganza, other than using taxpayers' money to sit almost since they began this motion of censoring Namuganza. It may be taken either 1 billion shilling, if I'm right. So taking such a thing, and they leave something which bothering people. We don't have roads, good roads. We don't have medicine. We don't have what. Every MP, these MP have been voting yes or no. They have so many problems that they are.
This is not my words. It's Demikiza Bueno to Bueno. It's another person I don't know from nowhere. He's saying he lives from constituents of Namukans. He's saying they are wasting too much money. It is a point we should be dealt with the time. I talk about time. Once you waste the time, you are letting the country down. So, and he's saying we don't have roads, we don't have schools, we don't have this. So when you see the housing is poor, is it worth it to discuss a silly mistake, conflict between two people behind the doors? When children, they study in muddy classes, they sit on the brick, they don't have chairs. When children, they study under the trees, there is no structural building. Is it worth it? When the schools, they are like that, in mud houses, when schools, structure buildings are missing, is it worth it? So for me, I'm saying, is it worth it? Is the parliament fit for purpose? My answer number one is no. And for my reason, number one is priority. Number two is about implementation. Whatever has been discussed in that parliament has never been implemented. We have got so many laws which have been passed, they have never been implemented. The only law which they have implemented is to oppress the opposition. We have the POMA, we have the computer misuse, but we are not having the Child Sex Act implemented. We are not having the bills to do with marriage. Ujingo is into second marriage. Everybody is married, but we don't know the status. You look at the Speaker of the Parliament. How they are questioning, where did she get married? So it has never been implemented. We need to see there is implementation. when there is a policy being brought, when the law is being brought. We have got Fika Salama is not working. The people, they are dying every day on the roads. Where is the a change? A change said, is it the priority emergency policy, wherever? So people are still dying on the roads. There is no ambulances. So implementation is big. Once you pass a law, once you pass a policy, you must let people to implement. And to implement is not a duty of politician. To implement is people like experts, policy makers like Demi, that we can tell you, we can make sense of what was passed, and we tell you this is what we are going to do. This is why you see NUP has got the best manifesto, because we have got a very good policy makers called Mary Selmaga, who did our manifesto. She did very well. We have got so many policy makers. We have got people who can implement. We have got people like we come and we say operations like Nina can work in a health sector. If I come with a policy, do this, she's going to run the operations department, and so many others. They can have got Shama benefit. Very, very good. We have got people who are analysis, we have got people who are research. Oh, there. What is my point number 3? My point number 3 is about the abuse of constitution. Why the parliament is not fit for purpose. Abuse of constitution. They have ripped it, they have changed it whenever they want it. We have got Article 102A, you must be born in Uganda. Why would Museveni stand as a president when he said he came to Uganda and he was welcomed by his good friend? So why would people go on Umho's project when he wasn't born in Uganda? The birth certificate is there. That is where it brings me that we NUP, we must know to apply the letter of the law. If we go beyond, we stand by people, we excuse, we select, we say this one is above the law, then that is a mistake, because Article 102 should stand. Our term limits were taken out. Age limit was taken out. Everything is going to be taken out. So there is abuse of our constitution. They disrespect, abuse of our constitution. Even in this Namgans Essential, it's like already they did not follow the procedure. It's about abuse of power. They just jump because Anita is the speaker. He brings it to the floor. Then Tayebwa takes on, and quickly it's being passed. And that is the problem. Number 4, why the parliament is not fit for purpose. Power. There is too much power in the speaker and executive. As we speak, Namuganza, it was done because the speaker can bypass all other emotions and put this one on the floor, and then he's essential. And then executive is the person who signs the things, who doesn't know what he's signing, who doesn't know. That is the problem we have. It's too much power. He just signs, and tomorrow he says he made a mistake or he wasn't clear. So why would that be? So that is how we are going to look at that. So what is the pros and the cons of having a parliament? Pro, it is in favor. Cons is in against. So for me, I say if we have NUP in power, there is a chance we're going to have a good parliament. We should have a parliament. It should be there, whether we like it or not. The cons, it is being misused. It is becoming a market. It's becoming a market. Leader of opposition said at one time State House is going to become like a market. Everybody comes in the parliament. Everybody becomes member of parliament. They do what they want. It is becoming a political market. It's no longer a parliament fit for purpose. That is the problem. But if it is working very well, if it prioritizes what is important, if he looks at service delivery, if he looks at giving services to the people, if he looks at education, it looks at housing, it creates jobs, it looks at children studying under structure building, that will be a good parliament as long as it is implemented. That is why. But the problem now, People are frustrated. People, they don't understand the use of the parliament. And for now, people, it looks like it's no longer parliament. It is a political market. And another word called to this, the parliament, it has got too many members. We have got 529. America has got fewer. India has got fewer. All these countries with billions of people, they have got fewer members of parliament than in Uganda. But what is happening in Uganda? It has become a political career. The people, they go into parliament, they know they will earn 35 million per month minimum. They'll get allowances, they'll get incentives, they'll get immunity. It's a problem. That parliament, the building was built for 70 members of parliament. If you go back to Uganda, member of parliament used to be retired civil service people. But at this moment, we have Gonabanja, where she comes from, she's a prime minister. She speaks and you get embarrassed. So many members of parliament, they have never made maiden speech because they don't know what to say. Now, as you can see in Uganda, it is Anita Moingi to give you a chance to speak. And remember, they back down. They have to beg for that chance. It shouldn't be that way. If it is a parliament, it is a parliament. But we have got too many MPs. So those are the few cons. The cons are there because we need a parliament that functions. So point number 3 is about numbers. Yesterday, they voted numbers 348 to number 5. I couldn't believe it. Semuju voted yes. The person we started with to be voted for the Speaker of the Parliament, he went on to vote yes. And I'm saying, why would Semuju? I've seen people from opposition. That is the problem. The people, they haven't understood their positions. They haven't understood what we are about. Because you cannot vote for yes when you know it's not something worth it. So people, they absconded. So we need numbers. Go back to my videos. When I interviewed the leader of opposition, what you gonna do with the number? Because we need numbers, and that is his role. Is he going to be able to keep the 57 member of parliament for NUP? Is he going to add on? Because when I made my calculation, what is the number that we need? We need a minimum of 143 members of parliament. Because the constitution says when they have 2/3, so we need at least more than 143 members of parliament to stop what is going on in the parliament. When they are taking us to election 2026, this should be one of the main aims that we have member of parliament, more than 143. That is how we can make it different. But NRM has got majority, and they compromise those who stand for independence, and they compromise those in opposition. I saw some of you voting yes, and I couldn't believe it. And I saw other NUP people voting yes, I couldn't believe it. NRM, some people, they didn't come. Why would you vote? Why would you vote? So as we go ahead, as we go in 2026, we have, for me, I say no to 2026. But who am I? If leaders, they take us, they will take us there. But what we have to know, we need the numbers. When we have the numbers, they will never pass these dubious bills. They will never pass this emotion. Muhoozi will never become a president, because there is no way they're gonna go behind and abuse our parliament. When you have a dictator, whatever you say, whatever you do, it doesn't matter. My brother Adras Shafiki, I forgot Chiwewa. He said yesterday, you can make noise about Entebbe Airport. It's not going to change. It is everywhere. So we must go by the basics to attack. How do we attack this? We have to make sure we have got the numbers. Let us make the best use of united forces of change. that we join, we have so many numbers and we make it very difficult. Once we have numbers, Museveni will go. It is one of the way, peaceful means we can take out Museveni. But people, you don't see it. So we have to see this. We need the numbers. The number in the parliament is too much, is unfit for purpose. And once NUP comes in power, some places, positions we have to go. The parliament is too big. We should have about 20 members of parliament. We should make other structures. All these people, we can make structures for them. Those who stand for women MP, we can send them in other branches. We can allocate them in different ways. This is why, for me, I say, when NUP comes in government, let's have a president, vice president, let's have digital ministry, and let us have judicial. Full stop. We don't need these big numbers. People, they are being compromised. They don't know what they are voting. They are yes people. Anita Mong is what? Is just bullying people to do what she wants. But once we have a parliament, good government, we are going to have that. Once we have this, the what? This is called good governance, transparency, accountability. This is what it means, that we're going to have the responsive, follows the rule of law, equitable and inclusive, census orientation, and all that we are going to do. And also, if as we talk for the parliament, as we speak about parliament for Uganda, whether it's fit for purpose, I said no, based on 4 points. It's not fit for purpose. This is our parliament. Did you know you can go and visit the parliament? For me, I call myself Miss Independent because I don't sit back. I read. So when I know that I can go to the parliament, I follow the law. I'll go and ask for permission. They'll give you permission. You are even allowed to go and sit in the public gallery in the parliament. Did you know that? So let us become independent. Let us be of independent mind. Let us be curious in a very, very good way. You can ask permission to go there to the parliament, and then they will give it to you. They cannot refuse you. We are allowed to go in the public gallery. So the parliament, you can go there, you sit in the public gallery, you have to follow the order, you don't have to make noise, you sit there, watch, and you watch them mess themselves up. And you watch them talk, or you watch them say whatever they do. I was there when Joel was talking, when he was replying to the Speaker of the Parliament. So our parliament, is it fit for purpose? Answer is no. What are the pros and the cons? The pro is only one, that we should have a parliament as long as it's going to do whatever it is meant to be doing. But because the answer is no, because number one, it lacks priority. We have no public services. They are passing, Museveni should have a convoy. They are passing, so and so should have ambulances. We are lacking the priority. Number two, implementation. Whatever is passed has never been implemented. Number three, abuse of our constitution. It's been ripped and it's been done again and again. Number four, it is too much power for the speaker and the executive. So, and the numbers, we always need the numbers. As they take us in 2026, we need the numbers. So, you people, Bobby Wine keeps on saying, whatever you are, do something. When you go to Uganda, when you are in Uganda, do something on the ground that can attract other people, that can attract people to become NUP, to vote for NUP. Don't wait for other people, because we've got people who are structured. They just want to keep you, don't go there, don't say this, don't do this, don't. No, we cannot stand like that. We respect leaders and we are part of NUP. But when you have time, go out and visit the people. Go out and speak to them. Bring it back to your leaders. They can dismiss it. They can talk you down. They can call you bad people, nasty people. It's not bad. For me, it's not bad. For me, it is what it is. It's a duty. Take a duty, because this number of NRM is hurting us a lot. We need to have a minimum of 143. When you have a minimum of 143, the report for Joel Senyoni about Jennifer Poturiki will come. The borrowing will stop, because you will be voting against. Now, leader of opposition struggles. When he calls the numbers for petition, Jimmy Muhoi's, when you had drones, the numbers was not there. When the co-petition to sack the independent who brought Zake to the parliament, numbers was 69. And when the only number we have passed is when Asmani Basalira Gandhi was at 68 for to stand for leader of opposition. And our deputy got more numbers. That is the only time we passed the test. So the world is looking on us. What can we do? We have got a solution. We have got United Forces of Change. We get United Forces of Change. If NUP can get 57, if DP can get some numbers, if FDC can get more numbers, if ANT can have more numbers, we can reach the minimum of 143, and we make it so difficult. Demick is, as always, an activist, interested in whatever going on in the whole world. Politics, I'm always there. Rest in peace, my living hero, Tina Turner. I cannot complain, I cannot be sad. You have been inspiration to millions of women, and that including me. We have looked up to you, and we have followed you, and we have become courageous because of what you are, what you have gone through, and I for you. Tina Turner, in my heart, I always love you. I read your book, wonderful. Music, fantastic. What can I say? I dedicate this program to you. So, Parliament, is it fit for purpose? No, it is not. So let us look on ourselves how we can change the parliament. If we get the numbers, minimum 143, if I'm a planner and a strategist for NUP, this is where one of my cocktails I can look at that. We are going to look for numbers. Fortunately, the Secretary General said they are going to start structures. So I'm hoping those structures will bear us more members of parliament. But you know, once NUP build something, there is something they're gonna pursue, they're gonna press these people. Repercussion is too much. But however, if you find people who stand by civil disobedient, that office will go on as those officers showed you in Machine. They will come and do whatever you can. But the hearts are still there, and we can organize and mobilize and stand for that. Good luck, Segrinya, today. Good luck, Sewanyana. Sewanyana, get well soon. I stand here as the Mikiza. Make your comment, share, like, anything, but it is worth listening. We're listening. This is Win to Win, because it is about the parliament, and it is our own parliament. So I close up by today, and I say goodbye, everybody. Have a good day, and I love you so much. People power, our power, people power. NUP everywhere, everywhere, NUP. So I did.